Oh my goodness, folks. The news I'm about to share with you today is absolutely earth-shattering in what might be the most devastating blow yet to Harry and Meghan's post-royal life. Their iconic Montecito mansion, the very symbol of their independence, has been seized by JPmorgan after they failed to pay a staggering $23 million debt. Now, I know you guys are excited for more, but before we delve into further discussion, if you haven't subscribed, come on, guys, what are you waiting for? Hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell ASAP. So now this isn't just a financial setback. This is a complete and utter humiliation on a scale the Sussexes never thought possible. The California courts have ruled, and the verdict is brutal. The crown jewel of their American dream now belongs to one of the most powerful banking institutions in the world. Let that sink in for a moment. The sprawling estate that served as the backdrop for their Netflix documentary, the setting for countless At Home with the Sussex magazine spreads, the very foundation of their carefully crafted California brand, gone, repossessed like any other foreclosed property from any other couple who couldn't pay their bills. What makes this particularly devastating is that Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JPmorgan Chase himself, personally signed off taking custody of the property. This wasn't handled by some mid-level manager. This came from the top, one of Wall Street's most formidable figures, putting his signature on papers that effectively declare Harry and Meghan financial failures. The irony here is absolutely delicious. Remember how Harry and Meghan once boasted about attending exclusive JPmorgan events, rubbing shoulders with the financial elite as if they were equals? Well, now Jamie Dimon has repossessed their home. Talk about a brutal reality check. For the Sussexes, this foreclosure isn't just about losing a house, it's about losing the very foundation of their post-royal identity. That Montecito mansion was the physical embodiment of everything they claimed to have achieved after walking away from the monarchy. It was their declaration of independence, their proof they could thrive without royal support. Instead, it's become the ultimate symbol of their failure, a $23 million monument of financial irresponsibility and illusions of grandeur. The couple who claimed they left royal life to become financially independent couldn't even keep up with their mortgage payments. The irony is simply staggering. What's particularly fascinating about this disaster is how it exposes the house of cards that has been the Sussex financial strategy from day one. They've been living like royalty without the royal purse to back it up. Private security teams, household staff, designer wardrobes, private jets. Meghan demanded all the trappings of royal life without the royal income to support it. Instead of scaling back their lifestyle to match their actual earnings, they doubled down on luxury and borrowed their way into an unsustainable fantasy. And now that fantasy has come crashing down in the most public, humiliating way possible, with Jamie Dimon and JPmorgan taking possession of their dream home. The timing couldn't possibly be worse for their Hollywood aspirations. Their Spotify deal collapsed after delivering minimal content. Their Netflix projects have significantly underperformed. Meghan's American Riviera Orchard brand launch has been met with mockery rather than enthusiasm. And now, with financial ruin splashed across headlines worldwide, producers see them not as bankable stars but as toxic liabilities. Hollywood thrives on power couples who project wealth, confidence, and success. Harry and Meghan are now project none of these listings. Instead, they look desperate, overextended, and most damning of all, unreliable. Who wants to invest millions in projects with people who couldn't even manage their own finances? The elites they once courted are backing away fast. Remember when the Sussexes boasted about their connections to Silicon Valley billionaires and Hollywood power players? Those same elites are now distancing themselves from the couple faster than you could say foreclosure. High society is ruthless. Once you're seen as falling, those doors close permanently. For Harry, this financial catastrophe represents a particularly brutal humiliation. This is a man who grew up in palaces and castles, who never had to worry about money a day in his life. He walked away from guaranteed royal accommodation, from estates maintained by the crown, from financial security most people could only dream of, and for what? To end up in foreclosure court like any other overextended Californian. Critics are now mockingly referring to him as the foreclosure duke, a devastating fall from grace for the man once adored as Diana's son and Britain's favorite prince. He traded centuries of royal security for a mortgage he couldn't manage. He abandoned Windsor Castle for a house that now belongs to Jamie Dimon. The symbolism couldn't be more devastating. Meghan doesn't escape the humiliation either. She built her post-royal brand around being a lifestyle guru, the Duchess who knows how to create the perfect home, host the perfect family dinner party, live the perfect California life. How can she maintain that facade when she couldn't even keep up her own home? How could she sell luxury and aspiration when she's been evicted from her mansion? The internet has been absolutely merciless in its mockery. Memes showing Meghan holding eviction notices are going viral. TikTok stitching clips from their Netflix documentary with foreclosure headlines and with captions like, should have stayed in Windsor. Twitter users are having a field day with hashtags like hashtag Duchess of Debt and hashtag Foreclosure Duke. What's particularly striking is the complete lack of public sympathy. A few years ago, people might have felt sorry for Harry, the spare prince trying to build his own life, and Meghan, the outsider struggling to adapt to royalty. But that sympathy has completely evaporated after years of complaining, cash grabbing deals, and attacks on the royal family. Now, ordinary people struggling with their own bills have zero patience for millionaires who've lived beyond their means. The sentiment is brutally simple. If you can't pay, you lose the house, even if you're a prince. There's something almost democratizing about it, proving that even royalty isn't above the basic rules of financial responsibility. This foreclosure raises serious questions about what happens next for the Sussexes. Without Montecito, what's left of their brand? Where do they even go from here? Do they downsize to a smaller California property, a humiliating admission of financial failure? Or do they retreat to a rented home, an even more devastating blow to their image? Or does this disaster finally push Harry to consider the unthinkable? A return to royal life with his tail between his legs. The Montecito estate wasn't just a home, it was a stage, a set, a backdrop for their entire post-royal identity. It was where they filmed interviews, where they recorded podcasts, where they staged photo shoots to promote their various ventures. Without it, they're left with nothing but a P.O. box and a shattered illusion. This foreclosure proves what critics have suspected all along. Harry and Meghan didn't build a new life, they built a facade. A Hollywood illusion propped up by borrowed money and endless spin. And now that facade has dramatically collapsed for the whole world to see. The real catastrophe here is that the Sussexes' entire brand rests on prestige and luxury. The royal titles, the high-end lifestyle, the illusion of power and influence, all of it depends on maintaining an image of success and exclusivity. Strip away the mansion, and suddenly the emperor has no clothes. Without Montecito, they're just another celebrity couple with dwindling contracts, fading relevance, and a reputation in tatters. For Harry and Meghan, this foreclosure isn't just a financial misstep, it's the endgame. They lost the palace when they walked away. They lost public sympathy when they cashed in with Oprah and Netflix. And now they lost Montecito, the very symbol of their supposed independence. Jamie Dimon didn't just repossess a house, he repossessed the illusion of the Sussex dream. And what's left is humiliation, ridicule, and the chilling reality that Harry and Meghan may never recover from this. Because if you can't keep the lights on in Montecito, how can you possibly maintain the spotlight of global relevance? The Sussex dream of independence has ended not with triumph but with foreclosure. The courts have ruled, Jamie Dimon has taken their mansion, and Harry and Meghan are left exposed, stripped of the home that symbolized their so-called new life. Is this the true end of the Sussex era, or can they somehow rebuild from this financial disaster? Do they deserve sympathy, or have they brought this humiliation upon themselves through lavish spending, failed contracts, and endless drama? This is bigger than just losing a house, it's about losing status, privilege, and credibility. If they can't hold on to Montecito, what's left? No palace, no mansion, no royal shield. Just two people stripped of everything they once claimed to be. The Sussex downfall is now complete. From Windsor Castle to Wall Street foreclosure, from royal highnesses to financial failures. And as the dust settles on this spectacular collapse, one thing is crystal clear. You can quit the monarchy, but you can't escape reality forever. Eventually the bills come due, even for a prince and his duchess. Ta-ta, and bye for now.